What is up, y'all? It's Whiskey Wednesday. We're having another with Espo, and I am Espo. And you might be wondering, why the fuck do I have a beer out if it's Whiskey Wednesday? Excellent question. Glad you paid attention. The real reason is this next whiskey is from somewhere that's a little bit more well known for its beer. Sleeman. John Sleeman and Sons Company. That is what this distillery is, or who this distillery is owned by, I suppose. The Spring Mill Distillery. 1836, it says, which is kind of fun. It's a little bit of a play. I think it's kind of cool that way. But it's a little bit of a newer whiskey. John Sleeman and Sons says it already. Traditional straight whiskey. Canadian whiskey that is a traditional straight whiskey. Where have we heard straight before? On every single fucking bottle of bourbon over there. Not so much those ones, but definitely those ones. They are very much trying to make a Canadian bourbon without calling it bourbon because, well, you can't call it bourbon if it's Canadian. Bourbon's got to be American, is what it is. That's the law. Thought it. Tried it a little bit already. Let it open up. Got out of the neck ever so slightly. We're going to try it some more. So, without further ado, we've got our Glencairn. We're going to try to taste some of this. Nice little cork. I like the fake wood top. Very fun. Bottle looks nice and classic. That's always a good thing. I forgot my whiskey book. It's been a while since I've done a real Whiskey Wednesday, so we're going to grab that real quick. Broke out the onesie for y'all again because, well, it's kind of dreary out there. And I couldn't find the damn plaid shirt, is what it is. Whiskey. We're going. We're finding a page where we're actually at. There we go. I think we're new pages there. I've got a bookmark in here. You think it'd make more sense to use the damn thing? There we go. Looks like the last one I did was a Scotch. That feels like it was a while ago. Great video, Nick. Good job. This is awesome. There's the bookmark. Thanks, Eleanor. So we have John Sleeman and Sons, Spring Mill Distillery. Traditional straight whiskey. Again, they're trying to ape bourbon. I couldn't find the mash bill for it. So we're just kind of guess. I'm assuming it's mostly corn, with a little bit of rye. My ice is making weird noise. That's fun. Cool. We're doing these things. Where are we? So we have Spring Mill. Type. It's Canadian whiskey, technically. But it's bourbon style. Age, I did manage to find out it is aged 3 years, so it's fairly young for even a fake bourbon. Cask number, we do not have that. Do not have that at all. Origin, Guelph, Ontario. That's fun. Tasting date, whatever today is. I think it's the 27th. That sounds right. May 27th. Might be the 28th. Who's to say? I can't be trusted with this sort of thing. Color. It's pretty dark. I'd say that's tawny, according to the back of my book here. Let's check that down. One of the darker bourbons. Clarity. It's pretty clear. It's a whiskey. I hope it would be. Legs. What do we got? Gives that a nice little coating, but it's pretty fast. And beating. Give her a shake. Beads up, doesn't really stick there, so does not linger is what we're going to go with. As always, a tumbler, Glencairn, and then rocks. Like we always do. Keep that down. We can put this aside for now. Magda, if you could hold that, that'd be delightful. Thank you. Let's give her a bit of a nose. Now, I did a bit of research on this one just because I wanted to. So I've got some some sniffing notes and some tasting notes. The LCBO website says it is a caramel, cinnamon, summer fruit, citrus, and toasted oak with hints of smoke, pepper, and floral tones on the palate. So let's see if we can get any of that. It smells fantastic. First off, I know it smells very sweet. Caramel's there. Cinnamon's there. That's cool. A little bit of a red berry kind of fruit smell. That's pretty neat. Citrus, I'm not really getting. Yeah, not really getting that. Not really getting stone fruit so much as berry, so that's kind of cool. Oak's very much there. Pepper, I can't smell pepper to save my life. Why would I bother? And floral tones, yeah, it's a little bit floral too. That's a really nice sniff. I enjoy it. Let's do that one nostril trick, shall we? Yeah, not really getting too much. Well, you know what? I'll be damned. That might be the black pepper right there. Cool. Pretty fun. Like I said, traditional straight whiskey. They're doing their best to recreate a Canadian bourbon as best they can. Right down to using fresh American oak casks, white oak casks, and well, aging it for at least 3 years. It's got to be fresh oak. 3 years, I think probably should be more. 4 would be better, but here we are. Let's give her a taste, shall we? That is really tasty. It's a little bit of corn on the back end. Palate again with the LCBO site and their own site. Caramel, cinnamon. I get the cinnamon. I get the caramel, obviously. A lot of corn. Again, a lot of corn. It's really young, so you taste it back here. There's a little bit of a corny aftertaste. Nutmeg on the finish. Hints of nutmeg on the finish is what it says. So let's see if we can get some of that. Kind of. Yeah, you get that baking spice, cinnamon, nutmeg. It's there. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Well, we've got our murder glass here, so let's break that out and break out some ice. See if we can get a little bit more off it. It's the end of May. It's a little too hot for this onesie. I'm already sweating. Just so you know. Magda, if you could hang on to that for me, that'd be delightful. Give it a little swirl. While we're swirling, let's get a little history again. It's actually a pretty cool story. Their website's got some fun stuff with their background. In 1836, the Sleeman family decided to rebuild the Allen's Mill Distillery in St. David's, Ontario. Fun fact, the Americans burnt St. David's to the ground in the War of 1812, so they were helping rebuild the town by building a distillery. And, far be it from them to try to not make a buck off it, so they did that too. Oh, that's light. That's tasty. Very cool. Fast forward about, a couple hundred years almost, 181 years later, John Sleeman decided to put in a permit for a new distillery in Guelph, Ontario. They rebuilt the old Allen's Mill Distillery. And in 2018, the copper pots and stills were all installed. Let's see, December 2018, they had all that ready. May 2019, they filled their first barrel, which means they started producing around 2022, with a slight break in there for the, making some hand sanitizer in 2020. Don't know why. Who knows why they were doing that kind of nonsense? The ice, I'm really not getting too much more off of it. I'd love to see this aged a little more. Get a little bit more barrel into it. Get a little more vanilla. It is lacking in that side. It's very sweet. It's very young. Still really good. I'm assuming that's going to be a real nice mix. For any of your bourbon cocktails, this is going to fit in nicely. So all the restaurants in the area, I know you can't get bourbon right now. Hello. This one's delightful. That's wonderful. That's a really nice pour. Let's see. It was about $53 Canadian, obviously, at the LCBO. I had never seen it before. Apparently, it's been around for about 3 years now. They've also got they've also got a rye whiskey in the store, because of course they do. Who doesn't? It's Canada, got to do the rye. But they also have a single malt. They've got a couple of gins and vodkas, and I can't remember what else. I don't think they do a rum. Maybe they do. Check out their website. It's pretty cool. Spring Mill Distillery. Well, as is tradition, we have a new bottle. We need to find out, will it old fashioned? I got a real good feeling it fucking will. But we've got our mixing glass. Let's grab some ice. A little bit of ice going on there. The usual 2-ounce pour. Don't worry, I washed all the bleach out of this thing. And all the macaroni. Ounce and a half. Top her up. Great looking bottle. Honestly, I enjoy the simplicity of it. They've got the old mill in the background of it. Very cool bottle. I enjoy the hell out of it. Happy to have it on the bar. But the last of this pretty decently old batch of raw sugar simple syrup, 2-to-1 ratio. So we only do a little bit, about a quarter ounce, maybe a little less even. Probably about an eighth of an ounce, do you? Pop that in. 1 dash of orange bitters. Boop. And 1 dash of Ango. Hope this is Ango. Oh, holy smokes, he's on the ball. Folks, he hasn't made an old fashioned in a minute. 1 dash, and there she goes. I feel like we probably could have gussied this up a little bit, and it would have been pretty fun. Give this a stir. So, we're just seeing if it old fashions. It's traditional. It's a little bit have another with Espo tradition. Strainer, there we go. Bow. Strain out of the mixer into our murder glass. Again, it's been a while. Murder glass, because it's so heavy. You can murder someone with it. Love these glasses. My mom got them for me for Christmas years ago. They've been my go-to ever since. And why mess with perfection? 1 orange peel. Expressed. Ooh, it's a good orange. And nosed. Nosed. That's in there. All right, Spring Mill Distillery. Will it old fashioned? Let's find out. Oh, mama does it ever. I realize it's been a minute since I've had an old fashioned. This is delicious. Oh, I love an old fashioned. Again, it's a little light. It's only 40%, so it's only 80 proof. It's a little young. I'd love to see them bump it up to like an 86, maybe. Even a 90 would be fantastic, but I think that's asking a lot. And age it for another. Ideally, I'd love to see that age for about 9 years. We're in Canada. It's a little colder up here. The barrels don't express quite so quickly. 9-year up here is probably about the same as a 6-year down south. Yeah. Either way, fantastic whiskey. Happy to have it. Happy to put it on my shelf. I'm going to have to find a spot for it. I'm not 100% sure where, because it's pretty chucking full. I think I just actually lost a bottle. I think we might have just emptied one. There's going to be spots for it. It's going to be fine. But that is 100% going to be a mainstay. That's delicious. As far as I'd love it to be a little bit cheaper, obviously, but as far as supporting Canadian goes, it's what we have right now, and this is the best bourbon substitute I've found so far since the LCBO pulled all the bourbon off the shelves. Good job, Doug. Not criticism. Good job. Fight back. That's real tasty. That's real tasty, man. I did check out a bunch of reviews on the LCBO website. A lot of great ones going. Best bourbon substitute I've found. Well done, Sleeman's. Awesome whiskey. Worth the risk. Again, $55. It's not a cheap bottle. My favorite ones, and there was about 3 or 4 of them, all said Kentucky. It's Canadian whiskey, Kentucky style. Absolutely fucking delicious. This old fashioned is one. I might have another one of these. That is really good. That's a really good old fashioned. I am enjoying the hell out of that. Anyway, thanks for coming by. We've had another with Espo. It's been a minute. I missed you. Hope you missed me too. There we go. Traditional straight whiskey. Maybe that's a thumbnail. Will I get a thumbnail out of it? I don't know. Not good at setting thumbnails yet. We'll figure it out. Cheers, y'all. See you next time.